Speaking of last week, I'm driving up 101. Yeah, you can just put the top on.
There you go.
I'm driving up 101 North. You know the one, right? 101 North, perfect. Driving up 101 North, and driving my Ford Focus.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's kind of having a good time. And to be quite honest, you know, it was raining. It's been raining a lot here. And
Definitely has.
You know, it's been flooding a little bit. So I'm driving up, and actually, it might have been southbound. No, it was north. Okay. And so actually, I wasn't in my Ford Focus. I was in my Elantra. Okay, I was in my Elantra, and here's what happened. What happened was it was raining. Might have been a clear day, to be completely honest with you. Actually, I think it was night. I think it was nighttime, but it might have been day. I'm not sure.
I mean, there's like a 50-50 chance.
Yeah. Well, that's one way to look at it. So anyway, so I'm driving up.
Mm-hmm.
Come to think of it, it might have been Highway 5, but we'll just keep going.
All right.
So I'm driving up, and you know, it was a clear day, and it was raining. Sorry, and I was you know, trying my best to be careful. I'm going about 90, no,
Right.
50, 55, and you know, there's this water building up in the road, right?
Right.
And I'm of course being very careful.
Of course.
I'm in the fast lane, or no, the third lane. I was in the third lane
From the which side?
from the middle,
Okay.
from the back. So anyway, I'm driving in my Land Rover, and what had happened was this rain started piling up, and all of a sudden I feel my car let go from under me. You know, and what had happened was I spin about counter reverse clockwise, and I hit the wall. Now,
What wall?
or a tree. I'm not sure. It's probably a wall. So anyway, so what had happened was I hit the wall,
Right. Right.
and on the passenger side, or the passenger side. Now my car's totaled, and what had happened was I spun like this, like that,
Right.
like that.
Tail end forward.
Driver's side forward. No, tail end. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Okay.
yeah. And I hit the wall. Now it's totaled, and now I'm facing the way I came from. Crazy stuff. But here's the crazy part, right? You know, I watch a lot of F1, and there was this one race in particular this year where Max Verstappen, the guy, he's driving in the rain. Same thing happens, but he does a 360, keeps going straight.
Oh.
So as I'm spinning, I'm going, okay, I'll just do that.
The wall got in the way.
The wall got in the way. So I'm like ready to keep going. So I hit the 180. I'm like, let's do another one. And then I'll just, exactly.
Getting into gear and all that.
But then the wall got in the way. And so there I am, sitting on 92 East in my Ford Focus.
Right.
On the driver's side against the wall in the third lane. Just crashed, totaled out.
Now, I know you say you don't drink, but the way this story's going, I feel like there was something going on there.
Don't think so. Welcome to a new era, where the future meets the past. Finland is not real. Above and beyond.
Helen Keller was a fraud.
Beyond. It's never too early for Christmas. There's a new place.
Grandma always says you need a lemon tree.
And a new time. Temperature isn't real. Perhaps the right place.
Lost my penis in the early 90s.
Right place, then the right time. Discovery awaits. Right time. Right place, right time. For sure. But yeah, how was your weekend?
Well, not as insane as yours,
Sure.
I could say.
Yeah, that's fair.
What even? Yeah, a lot of storm. Not much work, so I'm able to relax and try to focus on my own content, I can try to say.
Good stuff. So nothing happened. No grizzly bears, no car crashes, helicopter crashes, nothing.
No, nothing insane that I could think of. I'm telling you that, though, once we start talking, I'm going to start remembering things as if it just happened. But
Sure.
we have... are there any... Oh, it always happens. You put me in front of a microphone, I forget everything that I've wanted to say up to that point.
I can have that effect on people.
I'm starstruck. I'm meeting the one and the only, you know?
Hey, you know, what if I told you my
Speechless.
real name was Christopher and it wasn't Josiah? Then how would you feel?
betrayed. My world would be falling apart.
Sure.
And I don't know.
Hmm.
But then I guess we're here to learn about each other. Don't look at me like that.
Well, for one thing, this poster would be rendered useless. Look at my name.
Oh, that is true.
And
do you have your name on any of the posters?
No, we don't want to give them too much information.
That's true.
I'm not trying to let the government know my real name.
Yeah, we're not trying to get doxxed.
Listen, the government, keep your hands off my name. I know my name.
The government's always listening.
Sure.
Have you done the thing where you like put your phone down and you talk about a random subject and then you see if you get ads for it?
Yeah, it works.
Dude,
it's insane.
All the time. People.
Yeah.
Okay. One of the weirdest things that ever happened on this subject. I was driving down 280.
Not 101.
Not 101. 280. I was going.
Not Highway 5.
Not Highway 5 either.
Okay.
Southbound.
Sure.
280.
Northbound.
Because I had a job very far in the south. I think it was like San Jose. Anyway, it's like an hour-long drive. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty damn far, and 280. It gets open. Mm-hmm. It's very scenic.
Yes.
There's not much rural. Exactly. There's not much out there other than trees, fields. Sometimes you see cows. Mm-hmm. It's pretty cool.
Sure.
I saw a parachuter. I look out the window and there's a person parachuting and they're coming down. I was like, that was crazy. How often do you see that?
Yeah.
Never.
Right.
You never see that. You never see someone parachuting just while you're out driving.
Sure.
And I'm like, wow, that's crazy. I don't say anything.
Okay.
I got my music on. I'm alone in the car. So I'm not talking, wow, look at the parachuter.
Right.
I just think, wow, I've never seen a parachuter here before. I get to the job.
Okay.
I pull out my phone,
sure.
And as I'm setting things up, I'm scrolling through Instagram.
Sure.
I get an ad for parachuting. I get a parachuting ad. It was like Bay Area parachuter something or other. And it freaks me the hell out.
Yeah.
Because I never said anything.
Sure.
I saw it. I thought it. And then like 12 minutes later, 15 minutes later, I see an ad telling me to go parachuting. That was the weirdest thing creepy as hell. They're listening to you. They're already tapped into your brain, dude.
2 questions.
Yes.
1, you a fan of Elon Musk? 2, did you get Neuralink implanted into your brain?
That's
just a yes or no. That's just a yes or no, man. I don't know
I don't know. He's a weird guy.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I think it depends on the day because he'll be saying one thing and then he'll say the other thing and you're like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And then no, I'm never getting a Neuralink.
Okay, good. No, good stuff. No, well, I'm just asking because that's how they would have known you wanted to go parachuting. Or, hear me out here.
AirPods.
That too. Mayhaps indeed. Or, it's one of these things, right? It's like a sign. So, I'll just go out on a limb here and say Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson owns a parachuting company, and he says, now we need to get that demographic of 20 to 23-year-old white men into parachuting. So they go, hey, 280, let's throw parachuters out there, get into their head. Oh, look, that's a parachuter. That's weird. Then, boom, on your phone later, parachuting pops up. Propaganda.
I mean, maybe you have a point. I have my GPS on because I need to know where to go.
Wait. GPS?
Yes.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson?
Oh,
you see what I'm saying?
My goodness. 3
Yeah.
GPS, Dwayne, Rock, Johnson. Like the 3 sides of a triangle. Illuminati.
Oh my gosh.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
You don't get this from other podcasts, though. That's the thing. You're not going to find that kind of information out.
Well, we know the truth.
No, of course we do. Of course we do.
We know. We'll make the connections people are scared to make.
Absolutely.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is the head of the Illuminati.
See, you say that as a joke. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
It's a joke.
Yeah.
It's a joke.
Sure.
It's a joke. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson isn't listening to us right now.
It's not like he's a sponsor of the show.
Yeah. It's not like he's right behind the camera pointing his rock at us. Oh, no, I should have said Johnson!
And just like that, the joke is ruined.
I fumbled that joke so hard.
What a shame.
I could have said his rock hard, Johnson.
Okay, well, see, now you're taking it like to the next.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's, because then it's a race thing, I feel.
Yeah.
Speaking of The Rock, though, how about these floods in California?
You're really good at segues, I gotta say. That was like... impeccable, I got to admit.
Yeah. Well, it's seamless, really.
Absolutely.
Because
if I didn't point it out, it would have been seamless, but I had to,
yeah.
people need to appreciate the skill that goes
right,
into,
and then
into
you go
segues.
talking about
It's the floods.
It's crazy. Have you seen these, like, funny thing is we live in the area, and I gotta be completely honest with you. I mean, it's rained hard. It's rained hard here.
For sure.
It's been windy, super windy.
Oh yeah, it's cold. Chill.
However, Oxford, I have yet to see, like, I see these videos on TikTok of, like, San Francisco's flooded and all this stuff, and I'm kind of like, a little bit of FOMO. Like, I'm not seeing what I'm seeing online. That's what
I've been saying.
Yeah.
I had this conversation with my girlfriend the other day. I was like, where we are at,
Yeah.
we are simultaneously in the middle of it all.
Yeah.
But
Like,
it's
the worst
also,
parts almost.
You know how they say, like, the eye of a tornado is the safest place to be?
Hurricane.
The hurricane.
Yeah.
That's like us. We're in the middle of it all. We have fires on one side, floods on the other, but for some reason we are untouched.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Well, right. And then
Not that it sucks, but, like, I kind of want to be a part of the fun.
You want to be in the eye of a tornado, man? I don't know if you want to do that.
Yeah.
You might die with that one.
Suffocation.
Might be fun, though.
It would be fun.
Getting kind of, thrown around a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah. Well, no, this is what I'm saying. I see people drive. So you have two kinds of people, I feel like. There's how do I put this lightly? There are people who think, and there are people who do.
True.
And when I see these videos, okay, 4 lanes on a freeway.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Depending.
4. And you have water building up. 2, 2, 2. The 3, like, left ones, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the right ones may be open, but there's still a little build up there.
Right.
And
a
you
little
have
bit of
people
splash.
who drive through the fastest lane in the water. That's what I don't understand. Because let me tell you something. You ever heard of hydrolock?
Hydrolock?
When your car, there's too much water, so your car just shuts down, stops.
No.
Yeah, it's a real thing. And guess what? People don't know that. So then they just go, and then their car breaks down.
I've heard of hydroplaning, but never hydrolock.
I have too. Yeah.
Dude, I got a crazy story about hydroplaning.
Do you? Is it the same one I just told?
Very similar. Okay. Really weird.
Good stuff.
It felt like a weird dream or like a movie scene.
Maybe you were lucid dreaming.
That'd be weird. Speaking of which, a lucid dreaming app sponsored me once to make a TikTok, and they paid me $25. That's a story for another time.
Oh, $25.
$25. I was driving on the freeway.
Sure.
It was rainy. Great. This was probably like a few weeks ago. And as I'm driving, a Tesla just spins in front of me. So
so much for safety. Okay, good.
Dude, yeah, I'm just driving.
Sure.
I'm probably like, this was 5 lanes.
Okay.
I'm in like the second lane. The Tesla was in the far right lane.
Okay.
And as I'm driving, he just goes and spins from the right lane all the way to the left lane, directly in front of me. I was only probably like 50 yards ahead. And when he was directly in front of me, he was looking right at me, face to face. But he just kept spinning, and then I just kept driving as if I didn't see it. And I kind of just looked back, and I was like, that could have been bad. And then I just continued.
You didn't call it in?
No, because he didn't hit anybody. It was relatively...
So he did what I was saying. He just spun and then kept going?
Well, no. He hit the
He's
wall.
done.
On the far, like, it was so weird. He almost hydroplaned completely, like, horizontally.
Okay.
He didn't hydroplane forward. He completely went from one side to the other and then stopped.
Okay.
And didn't hit a single car, even though there were a bunch of people driving by.
Sure.
And then he just kind of, fixed himself around and kept driving. Because I guess it wasn't that bad. But it was the weirdest thing because I was so close to just smashing into a Tesla. But he just kind of, like, it was like a cartoon moment. Or you know how in movies, 2 cars are spinning out and then they look at each other in slow motion?
Yeah.
That's what it felt like.
Sure.
We looked at each other and then he just kept going. I was like, that was weird.
Yeah. No, this one, it's a weird feeling. Because when I, like, actually hit the wall, like, for real.
It was like slow motion.
Yeah, but I was just stopped. And I was just staring at the cars coming.
Yeah.
So you're kind of like, well, for a second,
right.
you're almost like, oh, this is a different perspective.
True.
And then the second later, you're like, oh, I might die. Like, this is not cool.
That's true. Because you were the one who was backwards this time.
So if you're staring death in the face literally and you go, well, not today.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's going to take more than rain to take me out. Okay. Let me tell you something.
Do you ever watch
different.
like crazy car crash videos and you're just like, I'd survive that.
Sure.
I'd walk away from that.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like watching the Roblox car crashes because you're like,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
because you're like, nah, I'm surviving that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
easy.
No, I've seen some car crash videos that I think, and I don't want to sound insensitive for those who may have died, but I just feel like the way I'm built,
You're built different.
I'm built different, you know. Speaking of cars, actually.
Yeah.
So have you ever played The Last of Us, that video game?
I have not.
Okay, so the show just came out
I've heard a little
on
bit
Sunday.
about that. True.
And to be honest with you, episode 1 was fantastic.
Really?
I thought it was great. It killed it.
Oh.
Having said that, it sparked a thought. Zombie apocalypse happens, right? You're trying to exit out the city. You're trying to evacuate.
True.
You see a family that's stranded on the road, and they do have a child. They're not infected. They're a family with a baby. Do you stop and help them, or do you keep going?
I stop and help them.
And that's how you die.
Really?
Yeah. Well, it didn't happen in the show. I'm just asking. I'm curious because I personally wouldn't.
Here's the thing. You got to think of it.
You're a good person.
No, not because I'm a good person.
Uh-huh.
It's for numbers. It's for strategy, numbers, and probably if I help them, they could probably help give me. They can give me some supplies. Not to mention, if something's happening, I can always cut one of them loose. Distraction. So in a sense, they are a part of my tool belt now.
Okay, but
have you seen The Walking Dead?
No. I watch good television.
Oh
sorry about that. Listen, no, I'm saying this isn't the very beginning. When the outbreak first happens, people are freaking out trying to leave. Some people have already been bitten now, but it's still not it's not the apocalypse part yet. This is the beginning.
The lead up. Then I probably wouldn't.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Because you're like, you got to focus on you.
Right. It's
That's
during the rush.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I wouldn't.
Yeah.
If it wasn't during the rush, then I'd have time to stop and talk it out. But if not, then
Yeah.
Do you have a plan for a zombie apocalypse? Because I do. I've talked to some friends. I know some places.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I have several plans. I have more realistic plans, and I have just plans. I think one good idea is to post up in a Costco. Ooh. I think that Costco's, their warehouses, they're strong. They got supplies for whoever knows how long. And then whatever appliances you need are already in there for sale.
Right.
Whatever food you need is already there. They have refrigerated rooms, so that's fine.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
That is high risk, high reward. High risk because everyone's going to be going to Costco.
Exactly.
It's going to be a bloodbath.
But hear me out.
So you have to be one of those guys. I mean, if you get a band of people together.
I'm going to run the Costco.
That's what I'm saying. You need a band of people. Yeah. Lock that place down.
Lock it down.
You're going to have to kill a lot of like non-infected living people though.
No, that's why. Yeah, I would never.
I mean, hey, it's the zombie apocalypse. Anything goes.
Right. I thought you were infected. Sorry.
Oh, shoot.
Douche.
There was a bite mark.
Yeah.
But you bit me.
Bite mark. No, that wasn't me. That was him. Yeah, I just thought it was kind of crazy, to be honest. But that was kind of a tangent. Speaking of apocalypses, though, here's something I wanted to talk about.
Let's hear
it. AI.
Ooh.
Okay, because here's the thing, man. I started. I feel like it's a good segment when you start with here's the thing. That there's one thing in particular that's important. I was looking through, working on right place, right time, and I'm thinking like, okay, I'm trying to work on things, make some ideas for things, whatnot. So I'm like, oh, you know what? I'll try out ChatGPT. Try one of those out. There was that other one I showed you, Pictory.ai, right? There's several things, right? And I was like, dude, for one thing, we're watching quite literally the beginning of this new era of technology, right?
Sure.
Web, what is it? 2.0, I think they call it. Like
Internet 2.0?
Yeah, it's this new thing. But what got me, like, I'm not one of those people who thinks AI is going to take over the world or anything like that. I'm not like that.
Mm-hmm.
I do think it's pretty insane what it can do. And I think genuinely that we're looking at a point where in like 10 years, there will probably be things like, dude, you and I as video creators, content creators,
yes,
we still have to film our stuff. Sometimes we have to write overviews, scripts, whatever. We have to edit all that stuff. I promise you, in 10 years, dude, there will be an AI software for all your editing that you don't have to do anymore. There will probably be AI, like editing, not just like stock stuff, like just simple cuts and stuff. It'll cut it in the way that like videos are meant to be viewed.
Right. You could like put in a preset of like
100%.
YouTube video, TikTok,
exactly, and it would 100%. I think there's going to be AI systems that can. I mean, dude, look at the deepfake technology now. Where do you think it's going to be in 10 years? You can already deepfake a video of someone talking that wasn't real.
And you could do that
That's
with the
insane.
audio too. You can deepfake the audio.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying is I do think that's kind of sketch. Now check me out here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Follow me. ChatGPT, your life.
Like have an AI script your life?
Imagine. No. Check this out. Well,
Okay.
yes, but hear me out here. Even more meta, right? Let's say you live to a solid age of 75. Okay, 75 is good stuff.
That's a pretty good age.
It's good stuff. It's great stuff. So you get to 75. You're like, wow, I've done a few things. I worked a good job, got a nice car, got a nice wife, whatever, right? Some people believe in the Matrix, some people believe in simulations, whatnot. Okay, then you find out on your deathbed, some dude walks in, dude named Henry, and Henry walks up and says, "Hey, Josiah," or whatever your name is. "Nice to meet you." You're like, "Hi, who are you? How'd you get in here?" Right. And Henry says, "Don't worry about that." And then Henry says, "Listen, I got something to tell you." You're like, "What's up?" Henry informs you that your entire life was ChatGPT'd before you were born, and you were simply a product of what was to follow. They ChatGPT'd a life. You were born, and they said, "Oh, look at he's gonna follow that script. No Matrix, no simulation. ChatGPT." Think about what it stands for. Chat Go Professional Transformer. See, and that's
Wait,
yeah.
Is it GPT or GTP?
CVT.
CCTV.
Yes.
CCP.
The communist.
No. You're bringing the Chi-coms into this one.
Whoa. Hold on. Let's not
That's
be...
not racist. That's That's
Sure.
politicism.
Yeah. Anyway.
It's the Chinese Communist Party, the Chi-coms.
If you could ChatGPT your life, what would you write? I'm thinking about that genuinely, right? You could write anything. What are you going to write?
Probably my life as it is, but throw some superpowers in there.
That's everyone would do that. What else would you do?
Let's see.
I mean, you can quite literally write anything.
I'm giving myself the power to chat GPT other people
Okay, so
to rewrite their fate.
You want to be God, is what you're
I
saying.
want to put myself one step above everybody else. If I can alter my own, I want to use a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure reference, but I can't because you haven't seen that, right?
Stop.
But for anyone who's listening,
No.
Heaven's Door,
No. Stop.
King Crimson type
I'm gonna
beat.
cut your mic very soon.
It's one step above, rewrite fate for other people, right? They have their own chat GPT, and then I can go in and just cannot pee anymore. They just...
Is that how it sounds when you type?
Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
That is. You go in with a... And then, boom. They can no longer taste anything.
Oh, so you're... Okay, so you just want to be a dick to people.
Well, I could do whatever I want. I could just... Like
Yeah,
you right now.
sure.
I could go in... Fluent in like, Swedish. Just instant like that.
Hey.
I already did it.
Tola svenska. Ah.
Oh, it worked.
Whoa, that's crazy.
It worked, right?
Let me tell you something, man. That's cool and all. You know what I would do?
What?
I would place myself... Well, I would give myself an ability, not a power. An ability to survive any temperatures. That's it.
That's a superpower.
Nope. It's called mindset. And here's what I would do. I would go...
Wim Hof type mindset.
Listen, man. I would then place myself in Antarctica
Yep.
and really find out what's down there. Because let me tell you something. I've seen all these theories and stories about NASA is hiding the real pyramids in Antarctica. They're down there. So,
You know what they're really hiding down there?
tell me.
The real Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
That's what... Yes, of course.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson is an AI running the chat GPT of
He's
the world.
an actual NPC.
He's the only real NPC.
Dude.
Which is like contradictory, but...
That makes so much sense. Wait. He's the one who built the pyramids.
The Rock.
The Rock!
The Rock.
The Rock!
That's why they call him The Rocks.
See? This is...
He is the
Yeah, this is real
foundation.
He's been around forever.
Mm-hmm.
He's just... Yeah. Maybe he was like, when God made humans, he also was like, I'm going to test something out. just like made the rock. And then, Adam and Eve were kind of like, who's this guy? Who's that over there? Like way in the corner of the garden. And it was just the rock, just doing his eyebrow stare.
You've seen Moana, right?
Yeah.
They based Maui off of his actual backstory. He's just kind of always been. And has been goofing around the whole time.
Yeah, right. You know how like Adam and Eve, like they weren't supposed to eat from the tree because they would know good and evil. Mm-hmm. There was one more thing. It was, you're not supposed to know who that guy is.
Right.
And he was just sitting in the corner, just doing the eyebrow stare the whole time. Yeah, exactly. right. You're right. Exactly. So then, sure enough, they eat the apple, or Eve does.
True.
Of course. And then, where are we now? Well, The Rock is a mainstream figure. That's where we are.
You can't not know who The Rock is.
No. And I'm going to be honest, I used to think he was cool. I used to think he was a nice guy. I don't think that very much now. I think the dude's a sellout.
Absolutely. He plays the same character in every movie he plays. Sure. And that character is just himself.
Sure.
The Rock.
I regret to say that I did used to think he was natural. However, he is definitely on steroids now.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, he seems kind of like a nice guy, when he's meeting his fans, but I think he's a sellout.
It's a facade. He has to keep up his image. Like you've seen The Boys.
Yeah.
You know how they care about their points so much?
Of course.
That's what The Rock's doing. He cares about his points. Yeah. He wants to be a few points up, so he puts out this facade. But then, when the tables are turned, he will ruin Henry Cavill's career by inviting him back to play Superman to then get him fired like the very next week.
That's unforgivable.
Unforgivable.
You can't. Henry Cavill's like the most wholesome man in Hollywood.
He's the best man
take away from
Hollywood. He's the nicest guy.
Nicest guy. Coolest guy.
Do you follow him on Instagram?
Yeah.
You should, because it's so funny. Because he'll post like...
I said yeah.
Yeah. Ouch. He will post... he'll post like promos for like, the next season of The Witcher, which he's not on anymore, but or like I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and then he'll just drop a selfie of him on his morning walk wearing his goofy little hat. Like he'll post like a 40-year-old woman selfie where it's like a little too high, he's cutting off his chin, and he's doing that weird face. Yeah, and you're like, oh, Henry, you don't know what you're doing. Yeah. A few weeks later, he'll post. He actually did this, a miniature that he painted.
Okay.
A Warhammer 40K miniature.
Sure.
And he was like, check it. He had like a paragraph of like, I love painting these Warhammer stuff, and it's just like he's a goofy little guy. Yeah. He's a nerd.
Well, he's not that little. He's a big guy.
He's not little at all.
Let's not get you excited here. He's a big guy. He's pretty. He may have won the genetic lottery.
Absolutely.
And I don't care. Right. I mean, I'm sitting at a solid 6'2", and
pure muscle.
I mean, I don't want to like flex on everyone. That's true. But yeah,
you gotta keep it a little humble. That's what the good book says. Stay humble. You know what the funniest thing is about the Bible? Weird segue. You know what the funniest thing about the Bible is? But I think it's Exodus, where they talk about Moses. And they mentioned how he was the most humble man in the land, right? There's this little blurb about Moses being a prophet. He was the most humble person on the face of the earth. Who wrote Exodus? Moses did.
Well, you see, God told him to write that.
God, yes, but still, I mean, you got to see the irony.
Sure.
You got Moses sitting down on Mount Zion. Sinai, on Mount Sinai. And he's writing... And Moses was the most humble of them all. Exclamation point, circle, double underline. It's the best. It's like one of the funniest parts.
He even wrote like the commentary in the newer Bibles that's like, note verse 7 where it says, and then he says it again, just so you get it.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
He wanted everyone to know that he was in fact the most humble person. So he wrote it in the Bible himself.
That's why I'm just like him, for real.
He's just like me for real, Brandon.
Yeah. I'm very humble. Hence why, 3 posters. Clearly.
Yeah, but notice how there aren't more posters? That's how you know we're being humble.
We could have 20 in here.
We could have.
But are there? No, I don't think so. There's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, there's only 7. That's not that many.
Which is a lot less than we could have.
Sure.
All right?
Absolutely. Don't drink and drive, everyone. That's kind of the moral of the story here. And hey, ChatGPT your life. You know, like why not?
It's the only way to do it.
Yeah. Hey, stop these posts. See y'all later.